What's up, YouTube? It's Bill here, and I did a little short video for you guys today. Well, it's not really that short, but it's a video, and I actually wanted to show you guys how to fade, a little bit of my fading techniques, a few jewels that I use when I'm fading, just for upcoming barbers out there or barbers who are working on their fading. I have a few tips in there that I believe you guys will really be able to use and take advantage of. So I'm gonna get straight into the video. I hope you guys enjoy it. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in a minute.
What's going on, YouTube? How you guys doing? So we're gonna get straight into this cut. This is my son, by the way, and he is being very goofy, making all kind of weird faces right now. But we're gonna jump right into this cut. Here we have my Andis Envy LIs here, and we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start our first line with that, with the lever open. This cut is going to be a mid fade, a dark mid fade to be exact. So what dark means is there's not going to be any bald lines in this cut. There's going to be no bald lines. Everything, there's going to be hair all over the head. There's not going to be a bald spot. I'm going to go really low though on this bottom guideline, but there will not be any bald spots. So if you guys were interested on how to do a dark fade, or just interested in learning fading techniques in general, that is what this video is for. I'm going to be giving you a lot of tips and jewels in this video that should definitely help you guys with your fading abilities. So that's what we're jumping into right now. I'm going all the way around the head with that first line. I'm going to contour to the head, so it is going to pretty much drop down a little bit in the back, just to kind of shape, or just to kind of fit the shape of the head. It's going to be a nice cut. I really think I did a good job. I think it was a very nice blend. I believe I got all the lines out, at least enough to where it's not visible. Everything was blended in and blended out. I'm very confident that you guys are going to enjoy this video, and that you're going to get some things from it that'll definitely benefit you in the long run on your journey to becoming a better barber, a better fader, a better cutter, however that applies, if that's even if that even makes sense. So here it is, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys see that, and I'm gonna leave for a second, but I'll be right back with the jewels for you guys. And I am starting at that bottom corner of the lineup, the bottom corner, not the top corners. The bottom corner is going to be a mid fade, so that's why I'm starting at the bottom corner. So I give myself room to actually fade and all of that, but I'm not going to give you too much right now. I'm going to let you guys watch, and I'll be right back with you. All right, I'm back, guys. I know that was not a long break, but it was a break nevertheless. So here we go. I'm taking my cordless Envies, and I'm gonna do this technique called raking, and it is a form of debulking. So I'm debulking at this cut with the raking technique. I'm gonna go all the way around where the hair is the thickest from that transition, and I'm just gonna kind of debulk, taking a little bit of hair out of that line so that it's easier to make my transition look nice and even. Next, I'm gonna go in with this zero guard. I'll show it to you in a second. The zero guard is gonna be my next line, my next guideline going into this fade. So shortly I'll be grabbing that guard and showing you guys that guard. There it is. All right, so zero guard. All right, so that's what we're going into the zero guard, and I'm gonna make my next line about a half of an inch or 3/4 of an inch up from the original line, and I'm just gonna try to make it as even as possible. So I want to speak highly about these Andis Envies. Anybody out there who are barbers who are trying to get a nice cheap clipper that is quality and professional, the Andis Envy cordless LIs, and also the Andis Envy corded clippers are really good. A lot of times I like to use this Andis Envy cordless because it's just cordless. It has like a lot of power to be a cordless cheap clipper, and it does the job every time. I don't have any problems with it. It doesn't go dead. I can, cut maybe about 3, 4, sometimes more heads consistently without charging it, and it'll give me all the power I need to do so. So yeah, that's something, a tip for you guys. If you guys are, barbers are looking for some nice clippers, but you don't have the $200 to $300 to spend on the gold FXs and the, all of the big $200-300 clippers, the big name brands and all of that stuff. Andis is one of the best brands out there. Walls, of course, we know is one of the best brands out there. I'm a big fan of Andis, and I'm a big fan of Wall. So I have both. I use both consistently. So I mean, that's my story. That's my tip for those who are young barbers who want to up their game, get some better professional clippers. If they've been looking for a nice pair of clippers, the Andis Envy cordless and corded clippers are good, cheap clippers. And if you go on Amazon, they're really, really cheap right now. I think I might have got this pair for this is a guess, 100%. It may have been $50, $45, but I looked on there recently and they had the corded Andis ones on there for like $35. But I already have a pair, so there's no need for me to buy another pair unless they go bad. I may even, now that I say it, I may even buy a pair just to have a backup, man, because those things are really great, especially for knocking down bulk. The corded ones are so much power in them. To be such a cheap clipper, there's so much power in that clipper. But enough of clippers. This is a haircut tutorial. Forgive me for wasting your time with clipper talk. But if you're watching this video, you most likely are a barber or a barber to be, or someone who aspires to be a barber, someone who enjoys cutting hair. However that works, totally fine with me. So what I did is I put the one guard on, Andis one guard. Sometimes the guard system can be pretty weird and different, but this is the magnetic Andis one guard. I forget exactly the length, but that's what I'm using. And I decided to make the length of the hair on top that length. So I'm taking that one, I'm going against the grain. I don't remember if I have it open. I'll tell you in a minute if I check it out. I think I have it open though. I think I'm using it open, and I'm going against the grain with the open lever. Yes, so I'm doing an open lever against the grain, and I'm just evening out that top with that exact length, going all around, kind of just trying to get it all out, get all the bulk spots out, and just make everything look nice and even. So that's what I use the one for. I went against the grain with the one, and now I'm brushing the hair down to get it all back laid down a little bit so I can begin to actually fade out these lines. As you can see, the transition, even that one guard kind of brought that transition into a little bit, I kind of knocked out that that line from the 1 to the 0 guard. That there is kind of gone already, so I'm going back in with the 1, but I'm going to close the lever. And that's what's gonna make my transition smooth. I'm closing the lever, as you can see. The clippers are zeroed, they are 0 gapped. So I'm closing the lever, and I'm gonna flick out that bulk at the top of the first transition from the top going down. I would consider that as the first line. It's not really there, but I can see it. I can see it, so I'm debulking at it. And I'm gonna just try to transition into the next level as much as possible. So go ahead guys, just watch, and I'll be back with you guys shortly. Okay, yeah, one more thing. As you can see right here, I'm hitting it with the comb. The longer hair, I'm hitting it with a comb. So what that's gonna do is that's gonna allow the hairs to lay back down. It's gonna kind of spread them out a little bit so you can really see what your haircut is gonna look like, what the fade really looks like. You just want to keep combing down hairs that's longer. If you got shorter hair, you probably just have a little brush and brush that down a little bit just to make sure you can get an even transition to make it look as best as possible. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna take out that bottom line. I'm sure you can see it. So what I'm using is my zero guard, but the lever is gonna be closed because I put that line in with the same guard and the same clipper with the lever open. So I should be able to effectively remove that line with the same clipper, same guard, just by closing the lever. Essentially, fading is only making the hair transition into longer lengths or shorter lengths in a way that looks seamless. It looks seamless. So that's essentially what fading is. And that's what I'm gonna do all the way around this cut. I'm just gonna go all the way around, take that line out, flick at it, go down, go sideways, cross the grain, against the grain, with the grain. Whatever I notice that needs to be done to get those hairs in that area down to the desired length and the desired look is what I'm gonna do. Also, you see me put the clippers on the front of his hairline. Well, what that does is that allows me to prep his line for the lineup part of the cut. So in this video, I actually didn't do a big lineup tutorial. I can go back and do another video on lineups, but I lost the actual lineup footage that I did have. It was bits and pieces of it, and I didn't want to give you guys a half job, so I just wanted to make this video primarily to show you how to fade, and then I'll come back and maybe do another video or maybe just a lineup, so we can look at that when that time comes. You guys can definitely go on and get that information when I upload it. So that's what I'm doing on this. I'm gonna leave you guys alone, let you guys just kind of watch, just pay attention to what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, flicking down, brushing down, making the hair lay down, but then flicking back against that bulky area or that line and brushing back down to see what progress have I made. So that's what I'm doing, and I'll be back in a moment. Okay.
Blow my eye down. What is that?
It's a pencil.
A new pencil?
Yeah, it's a barber's pencil. It's supposed to be good for when you cut hair. All right, guys, so I'm back, and here we go. I have this barber pencil I picked up. I just wanted to give it a try. I picked it up from the beauty supply store. It's a barber pencil, and essentially it just allows you to give yourself an outline before you actually place clippers on the head. So I'm gonna start from the middle and see if I can get a nice clean lineup from this cut. This is my first time using it. I didn't notice how light it would be or how heavy it would be, so I definitely put quite a bit on at first, and then I just essentially wiped it off once I was finished with it. But I think it's cool. I think it's a cool tool, cool product to invest in if you're really trying to get your lines really sharp and you're trying to figure out how you do lineups. And you know, if you have a lot of learning to do on lineups, I definitely believe that this would be a beneficial tool for some who are just starting to cut hair or just starting to try to perfect their lines. I'm not speaking that I'm perfected or anything like that, but I do have a structure that I use with my lineups. And if you check back at my previous videos, I believe I did kind of give a brief layout to how I do my lineups. So this here, I'm just using this pencil just to see how it works. It's a pretty cool pencil. It's pretty cool pencil. Like I said, if you need it, it would be nice if you want to give somebody that good white line around their haircuts, if they're desiring that. And you know, you can't just do it with just a clipper, then you may want to do this. I mean, I would honestly think that it's really just for those who are probably just starting out, or you know, don't really have a structure on how they do their lineups. So I would recommend it too. But anybody can use it. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a pretty cool tool. So as I was looking at the lineup, I decided to adjust it a little bit, adjust that line a little bit. So you'll see me right here making this next line going out a little bit farther, just because the hair was not really, it wasn't a complete spot. And I don't use any type of enhancements. I'm not a big fan of them. I don't see anything wrong with them, but I do believe in overuse of enhancements. But I don't see anything wrong with enhancements themselves. You know, if that's what you like to do, or if that's what the client wants. I mean, give them what they want. But I wouldn't enhance everybody. Some people have some nice lines, and they have a lot of hair to work with, a lot of hair, you know, to actually line up. So those clients, I wouldn't even desire to use any enhancements, but to each his own. I mean, you're the barber. You choose to do whatever you want to do with your clients. If your client is fine with it, your client likes it, then that's all that matters. You're satisfying your client, not my preferences and my needs. So that is the essential cut. The way I'm doing the lineup, I actually wiped it off, some of it, to get that that line looking okay as it relates to. I can make sure I know exactly where I wanted to go with it, and that's pretty much it, man. So this is how I did my dark mid fade. I definitely encourage you guys, if you don't know how to fade or if you're learning how to fade, to use some of these tips. Use some of these tips. A few of the good tips that I gave you in here, I think it would definitely help you to become a better fader. So yes, guys, that's it. That's all I have for you. I'm glad you guys came and watched. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy or are interested in my content. Just show your support. And yes, so you guys have a good one. It was a pleasure teaching and showing you guys how to do this fade. And I hope that it actually benefits someone down the road. So I'm out. You understand?
Yes.
You ask your question, you ain't worry about nothing. When you sit there and look at me like I ain't sitting there asking you a question, and that's when you get in trouble. Because now you're ignoring me. You know, your father and your dad. You don't ignore your dad. You answer his question. If you don't know, you say, Daddy, I don't know. You get in trouble when you sit there and act like you can't talk. Open your mouth and talk. You're a big boy. Open your mouth and talk. Deal with the consequences later. If I say something, open your mouth, talk. The only thing I can do is say, Junior, don't say that. Something like that. Don't mean you're in trouble if I say, Junior, don't say that. That just means you need to correct it. Don't say it again. If I'm talking to you, that don't mean you're in trouble. I told you that's Daddy's voice. I just talk like that. I don't know. How I was raised, I talk like that. But it's not that you're in trouble just because I'm talking to you.
All right, YouTube. So that is the cut. I'm glad you guys stayed to the end. I hope you guys really took something from this. You know, I put a lot of work into this, and I really was having some of my subscribers really trying to get this footage. So I was able to deliver it, and I will be delivering more videos to you guys as soon as possible. I'm gonna try to be more consistent with my videos. So like, comment, subscribe, and we'll be back.